Hello and welcome to another episode of the Smash Accept podcast. I'm your host, Michael Royer. You can find me on Twitter at Dynasty Dad FF. We got a great show lined up for you tonight. You know, like this is the bright spot of my Tuesday. You know, I love going to work. I love, getting the kids off to school. But Trade Show Tuesday, when we start talking trades, I mean, right now I come home, my headphones were missing. I had to grab a different pair. My dog ripped up my arm, and I probably got to go get stitches. But I don't care. I'm here for trades. I'm excited. We got to get you guys ready to go for the playoffs. We got to get you guys into that promised land. And Snoog, I know you and I are grinding as far as it goes, trying to make trades nonstop. You and I have tried to negotiate some trades. Every single league, now's the time you make your money, right? The rest of the league, the rest of the year, we're playing it safe. Right now, there's no time to play it safe. You go all in or you go for that rebuild.
Yeah, you got to be getting ready for that week 15, 16, and 17 stretch because it's coming. We're a couple weeks away right now, but I'm excited because things are getting interesting. A lot of these players, we should be getting back soon. Hopefully Bucky, hopefully Hampton, Garrett Wilson at some point in the playoff stretch. So now's a good time if you have, a 9-1, 10-1, whatever team, Dad. I've been telling people like now is when you go buy Hampton, Bucky, those guys because you can afford it. You don't need the record, right? As long as you're clinching that 1 and 2 seed, like you're good to go. Grab those guys, have them be, discounted in general long term, and also get them with those smash schedules for the week 15 through 17 stretch. So I'm excited. It's getting real fun.
And Brock, I mean, just like I'm saying here that got my scab ripped open, I'm ready to go. Sometimes you got to do that with your dynasty trades. Some guys this time of year hold on to their first so hard. They're like, no, I can't do that. Then you don't want to win. Like there are certain times where I'm floating. A guy just lost in my one league. He lost Jacobs. He lost London. And I'm like, hey, you want the players? I got him right here. I don't want to give up my first. You can't play it both ways in Dynasty. Not playing the risk, not making moves means you're going to lose.
Yeah, it means you're going to lose. And especially with Jacob specifically, you can't just sit on that asset and then wait for another year with players like that, 28, 29 at the running back position. So it's sink or swim, like you said, like your scab, like your cuts on your arm. You got to rip the Band-Aid off. Sometimes you just got to pull trigger on these trades. We've got some good ones lined up for today. And this probably, I can say throughout the whole year, this past week has probably been the most busy and active that my dynasty leagues have been the whole season. And it makes sense.
Yep.
Playoffs, like Snoog said, starting in 3 weeks. And then there's 3 weeks that matter. You know what I mean? There's 3 weeks that matter out of 52 in the whole season. These are going to determine if you're going to win your leagues, get to boast to your friends, get your money, hopefully, if you're in some decent buy-in league. So really excited to go ahead and get started.
Well, and I think you brought a good point there is like, that's the part where we're really trying to get to. We want to get to the spot where it's time to win some money. You know what I mean? And we're going to put that up on there. Honestly, guys, right now, and it's not that one, it's this one. You guys use code Broc50. We still left it up. We want you guys in there. We want to give you guys the opportunity. But patreon.com/smashaccept, 50% off when you use code Broc50. We have literally been grinding with guys in there. I shared my background, my winning percentage right now. And Snoog and I are in this place where we 4 or 5x our money because at this time of year, this is where the money counts. We've been making these trades since February to put ourselves. We've been telling you to get Pickens. We've been telling you to get a Henderson. We've been telling you to buy all these guys. And now you're in position to smash. And if you guys are those guys that you struggled with Dynasty this year and you're really trying to get a better grasp of it, this is literally the cheapest and best way to get in. You can actually get in for 50% off and just see what you like. See if it works for you. And if it doesn't, it costs you very little. It costs you a cup of coffee. So let's start smashing it. Let's start going through these trades.
All right. Real quick before I jump in, are we doing anything for 5, 10, 15? Break that down real quick and then I'll do trade one.
Yeah, no, like we're gonna start this up. But anybody who's in this week, you are entered to get into the Nico Collins autographed jersey we will be sending out. We're gonna take names over the month. I decided we're gonna do more of a Christmas thing, but over November, December, if you guys are in on Super Chat, we're gonna automatically enter you guys in to win that. This thing is sick. It's from Pristine Auction, certified by Beckett. So get it in there. Let's have some fun.
All right, let's do it. Trade one here coming from Mark Henderson, submitted through Twitter. Got one side with Scadaboo, Luther Burden, and a 27 second. Flip side's got Henderson and a 26 third. Snoog, I'll shoot this one your way, brother. What do we think?
Give me the guy with 5 touchdowns in 2 weeks. I mean, absolute star. Like they're finally using him. They're letting him be, that next step to unlocking that offense with Drake May and Josh McDaniels. Like we're seeing an elite rookie breakout right now. And the rest of the season schedule, he's got the Bengals this week. He's got a cupcakes. He still gets to play the Dolphins again, the Jets again. Like, we're about to see Travion Henderson absolutely dominate this last, week 11 through 17 for when it matters for us. And Dad, 2-3 weeks ago, people would be smashing before the injury. People would have been smashing the Scatterbo side.
It's interesting because, like before the season started, you probably could have got Henderson and a pair of firsts for Genty, right? And we're at a spot where Hendo's catching up to Genty. This is from Mark Henderson, trying for Travion Henderson, no relation. But this is interesting, right? Because you play it off. If I'm rebuilding, though, that Scatterbo Burden side looks sexy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Burden's one of my big. I would want this to be like, this is the cost of doing business. Swap. That's ideally what I would want there. I mean, I think this is the Henderson side, the way he's played. And I know a lot of people are trying to say he's a sell high. No, if you're not doing the process right. Snoog and I have been saying since day one, this guy, his talent is unbelievable. Ramondre Stevenson's coming back. That might give you an opportunity to buy. I don't know who's selling. I really don't, because the guy has put up, I have him top 12 rest of the way. This week I have him RB5 against Cincinnati. And honestly, I don't see him slowing down like this next trade here. Like, I'm really interested how this works out.
I don't think Ramondre's coming back. Like, just being transparent, that toe injury, they're going to save him for the playoffs, in my opinion. Like, why rush him back? Like, if they clearly view him valuable like that, at least within the next couple of weeks, I don't see him coming back. Maybe like week 16, 17, but
yeah. We'll hit this one here. Then we got a few super chats rolling in. So trade 2 coming from David Gutierrez, submitted through Twitter. Got one side with Hampton and a 28 first, or Henderson and a 28 second. Now, Dad, those picks obviously about 3 years out, but still a first and second swap kind of seems like a little too much. Where are you sitting with that?
This is a rebuild for David Gautier. If you guys don't follow him on Twitter. Awesome guy, really sharp when it comes to Dynasty. But this is a trade that honestly you can get from people at this time of year because people are chasing those points. Marion Hampton's going to be back after the bye. They got the bye this week. He's going to come back. If you can make this time of year, Snoog, people are so short-sighted, it's almost stupid. Like, this is an easy trade. Like, even at the beginning of the season, this isn't like you're trying to trade. I mean, I can't even see a scenario where this is maybe Scatterbo in a first, like maybe you do that. But like in this particular situation, Hampton and Henderson, I have them back-to-back in my new Dynasty rankings. I moved them to 6 and 7. And I had to do it. But I mean, honestly, that's where these guys belong. And I have no problem going to Hampton here because all you got to do is wait 1 week.
Yeah, same for me here. I mean, if I can get any of Hendo, Genty, Hampton, or Judkins in a first for any of the others in a second, I'm going to do it all day and not think twice. They're all elite. Yeah, Genty and Judkins have absolute poverty for situations, but those situations are only going to get better, and they're both 21 years old. They flash ridiculous talent in the upside when they hit their stride. They'll get things figured out at some point.
All right. I love this super chat here coming from Patrick S. Appreciate it here, Pat. So he's at the airport with an 8-hour delay. Man, that is brutal. Hopefully you've got some headphones and some shows pre-downloaded, but he said he can't listen.
8-hour delay.
But he never misses a show, so he appreciates you still sticking it out even through the delay. Just throw him a thumbs up. So this will be a silent yay or nay here. Should he give Waddle in a 27
Give him a
seconds?
cowbell. He'll know what the cowbell is. Dan. Give him a cowbell.
There you go. Yeah, for sure. That's a no-brainer. I mean, Waddle's playing well, and I think this is where you have that opportunity. We talked about it last show where you can try to buy Garrett Wilson cheap. You can try to buy Drake London now, who looks like he's out 2 to 6 weeks. That could be the whole year. Like you can start making
and no Penix too.
Exactly. So you can start making some deals here that, they look bad. Even like Contender, like I've made some offers where I'm trying to buy Drake London. You know what I mean? I'll sell a wide receiver that's slightly above him and then get a Devontae Adams and a London, or get a spot where you can put 2 guys into one. So I love that.
All right. Next one coming from Just Incredible. Appreciate it here, Justin. He said he would be getting Burrow, Scatterbo in a mid-2027 first for Penix, Justin Jefferson, and Kenneth Walker. Snoog, do we agree cowbell? And if so, what side?
Yeah, I'm cowbelling all day there. Like Dad said, I mean, this is just getting those stars, loading up on picks. Burrow's coming back soon, right, Dad? Like he should be back within the next 2 to 3 weeks. He said. We'll see.
Would you take this without the first? I mean, I honestly at this point,
yeah,
Burrow and Jefferson are really close. Scatterbo's over Walker and Penix. I mean, like the first is almost free here. This is great. I don't see any scenario where the guy on the right hand side is like, I want this trade. Like, what did you want out of that? Penix is on IR. Walker had a decent week, but he's been all over the place. This is a smash. Go do it all day long.
I like that. Corey Ackerman here with the next super chat. Appreciate it here, Corey. He said, what advice would you give for underperforming young teams? He's 407 and a super flex full tight end premium. His current roster, he's got T-Law, Love, Genty, Kyron, Judkins, JSN, Igbuka, Rome, Alec Pierce, Bowers, and Fandon. So he's got some great pieces. Roll out with these guys and hope for better luck. No 26 picks. He already gave them up for JSN. So that team is 4-7, Dad. What do you do if you've got a team with all this dynasty value, but maybe it's not reflecting in points? There's been some injuries there with Bowers and with maybe Genty not performing how we thought he would. What would you do with a situation like this?
Snoog and I talk about this a lot, is like not overreacting. Like sometimes we build a really sexy team on paper, and that's kind of what this looks like. What I'm trying to do is if you have no 26 picks, like you're looking at your quarterbacks right now, I give that a C. You know, like you don't have either of them. Neither of them are foundational. Neither of them are league winners. Running backs, you got a nice little sprinkling in there. You got 3 solid guys. Your wide receivers are elite. I love that. And you got Bowers there. I honestly, at this point, if you don't have a trade deadline, Kyron's got to go. You're trading Kyron for a 27 first at plus whatever. You know what I mean? Like at this point, this type of roster, I'm trading Genty if you can, plus Love, and to a guy that is in a quarterback need. You want to like start making some moves here that makes sense. You know, you get a Malik Neighbors for a guy that's, you got to take your team right now, take your assets, and understand that win now teams are paying $1.20 on the dollar, right? Like you're buying for 80 cents on the dollar. You're going out there and you're offering up Kyron Williams, but you're getting Scatterbo in a second, which you can't do next year. You know what I mean? You try to make moves like that. You try to start selling some of these pieces. I'm building around Bowers, JSN, and Ibuka, though. Like that's it. I have no problem. I mean, some of these guys right now are depressed as far as Genty and Judkins, but the quarterback position needs to increase. And then this team looks like it's a contender for 2026. Snoog?
Yeah, absolutely agree there. I mean, that team's – it's loaded. Like you have to look at it like this. Like when you have young teams like this, if they're not performing right then and now, you know you have a 3 to 4 year window, maybe 5-year window with a team like this, even longer, right? It's different when you have a team with, you know, DJ Moores and AJ Browns and guys that were great last year and the year before, but they're on that kind of on the edge of that cliff, you know, value range. And it's like, okay, do I, you know, what do I do? I'm 4-7. I'm not winning, and that was my goal. Like then you're kind of screwed. But in this case, dude, you got all the value in the world. Ride it out. Go try to buy low on some of the vets. Go look at, you know, the teams that are outside of the playoffs right now. See if they're panicking. Try to buy a Kittle. Try to buy a CMC. Try to buy a Derrick Henry. Plug those guys in the lineup. See if you can make a little run here. But overall, I just stay put.
Yeah, stay put. Austin Thomas here, next super chat, is asking Kyler or Tua for the long term. Dad, what do you think dynasty wise? Who do you have ranked higher?
Kyler. I mean, I don't like either of them, to be honest, at this point. Like we're at a spot with both of them where they have proven that they do not win and they are not the best for their franchise. You know what I mean? Like I know a lot of people really want to apologize for Tua and, you know, like complain about the system, but the weapons have been there for Tua. He just hasn't gotten it done. You know, like he's had some decent, he's never going to give you any rushing upside. So that's why I like Kyler. I think Kyler just gives you better fantasy production. Neither of them are long-term assets, though. They're the kind of guys where if I can do, I was screaming from the rooftops to trade Kyler for, you know, Kyler for Jackson Dart Plus before the season started. You know what I mean? And we were screaming to tear up from Tua to get to another quarterback that you believe in. So I think both of them are ultimately not long-term options, but they're an ends to a means to an end. You're trying to use them to tear up into, it's the blood loss. My whole, I'm applying pressure here as we speak, but like,
we knew what you're saying.
Yeah. Like we're trying to use them as a actual piece there. So I like that.
Yeah. All right. Big Fish Dog coming in. Appreciate the super chat here. A 2026 203 or Xavier Worthy Snoog. He's been underperforming quite a bit since Rashi's back. They got all the receivers there healthy. What do you think here?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening there with Worthy. It's kind of
yeah.
weird that it's just he's just really hasn't been part of the play. I know I've seen some big
They like
targets and
Thornton
stuff
more
down
as
there.
like a downfield threat. I feel like I'm
It
seeing
just
him catch
doesn't.
more
I
deep
don't know
balls
if
than
there's an
Worthy.
injury or something. He's a good buy low in a rebuild right now. Like you have a
He's
performing
not
wide
worth the
receiver.
first, but he's worth the
Yeah,
203, right? Like next year's
yeah,
class
definitely.
is down.
Early second.
Like the top, and Snoog and I are going to do a preview of the class tomorrow. But I mean, the class 1 through 6 right now feels really good. But I think 7 through 15 is going to be a little bit more like second round type value, like we've been seeing. So yeah, I'm decking the 203 there all day. Worthy there over the 203 all day.
Yeah. All right. Next super chat coming from Ryan Teschke. Appreciate the super chat, Ryan. He said he got Stafford and Herbert, and he has Garrett Wilson, Jefferson, and Adams. He traded Kenneth Walker, ETN, Kyler, Ayuk in a late second for Rice and Henry. I think I got fleeced, but I'm contending and lost Garrett Wilson, and the deadline came up. Yay or nay? So, Dad, 5 players there:
Oh.
Kenneth Walker, ETN, Kyler, Ayuk in a second for Rice and Henry. What do you think?
Those are glorified turd sandwiches. Like they're slightly like what's a step up from a turd sandwich? Like something with extra mayo on it. But like no, for real. Like this is you killed that. I would not, if I had Rashee Rice, I would not trade him for that entire package. Because like you're not a single player in that left-hand side is worth a first. Walker, ETN, Kyler, Ayuk, the second. It's like 5 seconds for 3 firsts is basically what this trade looks like. I mean, for me, Henry's worth a late first. Rice is worth 2 firsts. Snoog, this is an absolute smash for me.
Smash as well for me. I think Kenneth Walker actually is about to get a run right now. I know the coach said he's going to get more opportunities. He looked great. He's looked good all year. Like they just need to figure it out with their run game. They got the
His
pass
eyes
figured
finally
out.
just started working.
Yeah, like
they're now seeing what we've been seeing the whole season.
Yeah, so they need to get him going big time there because I'm sick of seeing shitty blocky Zach Charbonnet run for 4 yards up the middle every play. Can't force a missed tackle, can't break a tackle, and can't do anything besides run into contact. So they got to figure that out.
All right. Yeah, good one there, Ryan. Next one coming in from Tyler. Appreciate the super chat here, Tyler. He said rebuilding to contend in probably 2027. He's super high on Rashee, but in this trade, he'd be sending Rice, Olave, and a 28 second for Marv, Travis Hunter, in a mid to late first. Thoughts on this one, Dad? Probably isn't going to contend the rest of this year, all of next year, shooting for 2027.
My worry about this trade, right, is the right-hand side has the juice. I think Olave, we know what he is now. Olave's value is not going to go up anymore. So you got him and Hunter. You can wash that out if you want. Like I think Olave's better right now, right? But I think Hunter has a bigger ceiling. So then it ends up becoming a mid to late 27 first and Marv or Rashee and a 28 second. And Snoog, I mean, Kyler's gone. And if Jacoby Brissett has made Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, Trey McBride, like it's not the offensive coordinator anymore. It's not the coach. It's Kyler. Like you can't say anything else. Jacoby Brissett has been that good. He's made Marv look good. What really holds me back is if that's a mid 27 first, that's going to be huge. Like if you are ultimately rebuilding, we always say build out before you build up. You're trying to build up before you build out. Because 2 years from now, Rashee Rice is going to be 27 and Marv's going to be 24, right? Or I'm pretty close. Yeah. 27 versus 24. And if you told me Marv was worth more than Rashee in 2 years, I wouldn't question that. You know what I mean? Like I love Rashee Rice too, but I feel like this is an overpay because that you want to keep those first. You want to have as many firsts as possible. So if you
he's getting that side.
Oh, he's getting that side?
Yeah, he's sending Rice.
Oh, yeah, all day. See what's happening here? My brain completely,
I like it
completely twisted.
Yeah. Marv's a stud. Like Jacoby's gonna help unlock him. Like he just needs consistency.
I mean, a lot of people think because it's Rashee's 3rd year that he's 23, 24, but he's 25, turning 26,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Next one coming in from Oscar Alonso. Appreciate the super chat, Oscar. Trade is Breece Hall and Michael Pittman for a 27 random first, 26 early second, and 26 late second. Injuries hurt him this year. Could be a slight rebuild. So 1st and 2 seconds for Breece and Pittman. Snoog, what do you think?
I feel like it's a little light, but I'd probably do it. I would try to get rid of the 2 sec. I'd get rid of the 2 seconds and add a second for another first. That's what I would try to do.
or just try to make it right now. I mean, I think I would trade Hall for a random 27 first.
Yeah, and then Pittman for 2 twos.
And I think Pittman's worth like 201, 112 to 201.
Yeah,
so
I would do it then. Yeah.
If those are truly early, I think I would take a shot on that. However, if I'm rebuilding, I do think Breece Hall's value is at a low right now. I think next year, by the time we get to the offseason and we start talking about free agency, he's going to sign somewhere and that's going to be worth more. So yeah. I would say I would trade Pittman for the first and try to see if he would do it that way. Or if you're going to do just Hall, make it 27 first and an early second and then keep Pittman and try to ship him to another contender for a first. You know, and I think Snoog and I are looking at this the exact same way, just from a different perspective. Like we're trying to, you know, build you guys up in that sense. So we got number 9 there. We're already up to 9. I'm trying to find Jack Colavecchio's if you guys can find that.
It was just for the love of the game.
Oh, for the love of the game. Jack, we love you.
Appreciate it, Jack.
We haven't had those. We used to have those all the time. A little falafel. All right.
It's a lot of
up here. We're up to 11 at all? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, there's 2 more just popped in if you want to hit those real quick.
Hey, we're already on to trade 3, and I'll hit them
all
in
right.
a second.
All right. Trade 3 here coming from Jeremy Eckern from Smash Research. We got one side with Jared Goff, Kenneth Walker, and a 27 third, or Kyler, Jalen Warren, Alec Pierce, and Marshawn.
Cowbell that one,
where he's at right now. Snoog saying Cowbell, Dad. What do you think?
All day. I mean, shout out to him. I'm gonna pull up his Twitter account so I don't actually. I want to make sure I pronounce it correctly, get the right spot. It is his. You guys got to follow him. It's at the Eckern Edge. He's been doing some nice Twitter polls. He's been putting up together some threads, doing some great work here. This is ultimately one of those moves where it's like Goff's the only piece here that I want on either side. I do like Alec Pierce a lot. I really do. But you need it. You're contending. You need a quarterback. You go get Goff because Kyler's doing nothing for you. Warren's banged up with that ankle. Lloyd's not anything right now. You got the best side. You probably got the 2 best sides. 2 best pieces on one side. So I love that.
Yeah, it's a good one. Trade 4 here coming from Brad Demers, submitted through Twitter. Got Hampton, Sticky Ricky, and JJ McCarthy, and a 28 third, or Flacco and JSN. This one feels a little bit light. Snoog, I'll kick it your way. What do you think?
Pull out the cowbell, Dad. Give me the Dynasty wide receiver 2 right now.
I just recently moved him up to 2. I moved him up to wide receiver 1 rest of the season. I moved him, you know, we were on him as a rookie. Shame on both of us for dipping a little bit in value. You know what I mean? Because we were all over him. We were buying him everywhere. He was my most drafted wide receiver, and then trying to make some moves there based off of value. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but that was a guy that, you know, we were on early. We should have stuck to him a little bit more. I wish I had more shares because JSN's the real deal.
Yeah. All right. This one here from JJ. Appreciate the super chat here, Jay. Superflex, should he give up Daniel Jones for a late first this year? He also has T-Law. Would make it 326 first, 2 seconds, and 6 other picks to rebuild. It's his first year in Dynasty. Appreciate you coming on through here, Jay. So it's his first year, and it sounds like he's rebuilding. So Daniel Jones for a first.
Yeah. Dude, any first. And I think he's worth the 112. Like, that's really where he's at, 112, 201. But, like, the leash is not very long. If you told me he got injured. I still
think he sucks.
If Anthony Richardson didn't snap himself in the eye with an elastic band in the gym, dude, who snaps their orbital bone with a gym band? That's just
any
crazy.
Of those guys, like Darnold,
Daniel Jones, Darnold,
Smith,
yeah,
you get rid of them when they're on fire. When they're on fire, like Geno a year or 2 ago, he is so bad. Like, he was just on fire. You sell him, right? Daniel Jones, same thing. He still sucks. He's just playing good with a good team. You sell him. Sam Darnold plays a real team, a good defense, a good coach. You see what happens. 4 picks, has a bad game, but
this is why
it happens. But again, you sell high.
If I have about 8 different quarterbacks in 24 leagues. Like, you've seen. I mean, I have Jalen Hurts, I have Josh Allen. You know, there's like I have Matthew Stafford's, I have Joe Flacco's. I'm either at the top or I'm at the bottom. I don't play with these like middling quarterbacks. I don't own Trevor Lawrence. I don't own Sam Darnold. I don't own Daniel Jones. I have Jacoby Brissett starting. I have Matthew Stafford starting, or I have elite. You know, there's no reason at the quarterback position to be playing around in the middle there. There are very few quarterbacks where you can say they're worth a late first and they're producing. Actually, there's none. It's, you know, like, there's literally no one that you can think of other than maybe like Jared Goff. Baker Mayfield. Like you literally go to the top or you go to the bottom.
Yep.
Agree.
Next super chat coming in from Dion. Appreciate it here, Dion. Got a 12-team Superflex PPR contending team currently in second. He's got Herbert, Stafford, and Cam Ward, Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, and a couple wide receiver threes. Should he trade Herbert, Garrett, and a 27 first for CeeDee Lamb, Baker Mayfield, and a 27 third? Snoog, you're shaking your head. You don't think so?
Baker Mayfield's looked awful the past entire year to me. I think he's definitely not the same Baker from last year. Stats are still solid. He still has those big games, but I mean, he's missed so many big plays. He's missed so many touchdowns. He's missed a lot lately. I don't know what it is with him, but Justin Herbert is significantly more valuable than Baker Mayfield to me from a value and production standpoint. It's Garrett in the 27-1 that I'm not loving. I want to keep that 27-1. I think it's fair for Lamb.
If that was a 2, I would do it because I mean I think the gap between
it was a 2,
Garrett,
not a 1.
Right? I mean Baker, he's QB 11 on the season. His last 2 games, he's been QB 7. Really tough stretch. I mean, he's got the Rams, the Saints, the Falcons, the Cardinals, which are all actually really good pass defenses. But Baker's been solid. This is that part where you struggle here, Brock, is like, I'm going all in. Is this going to burn me? Right. Yeah. And I think if you look at this, I think Baker is a safe dynasty asset. He's that guy that you want to, have on your team for 2 years. Yes, Herbert's worth more, despite that offensive line. Man, I saw a thing. Their PFF grades, they're all bottom 2, like the whole way across the line. They're just horrible. Yeah. But you're getting nothing from Garrett the rest of the year. You're getting wide receiver 1 numbers from CeeDee Lamb. Is this worth it to throw that first in for a championship? I say no, but a 2-3 swap I would do. What do you think here, guys? The first is what's holding me back.
I think that's where it is too.
A 26 first, I'd do it. Like a late 26 first. There's just too much that can happen between now and 2027 that could really burn you. But I think getting Lamb and Baker gives you a really good chance.
I agree.
Yeah. This next super chat coming in from Creed Bratton. Appreciate the super chat here. Hey fellas, 12-team Superflex, start 9, no premium. Amon-Ra, Snoozy, and Cookies. Amon-Ra in a mid 26 second or McCaffrey and Addison. Dad, what do you think?
Ooh. I love Amon-Ra, but CMC is like the value's on the Amon-Ra side. It really is because JJ McCarthy has killed Addison. He's killed Jefferson. Like he's just taken their wide receiver production down dramatically. If you're all in, I'm fine with McCaffrey, but I think this is Amon-Ra. Like Amon-Ra is going to last another 3 to 5 years of putting up borderline wide receiver 1 production, where at CMC, this is your last hoorah, and I think this is, if you ride him into the sunset and you get it done, but Addison's not doing that for you. So I feel like this is kind of a mixed bag.
I agree. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Dad, is an absolute stud. And I know he had the down week. It is what it is. Like, that's when you get that opportunity to buy. CMC's as league winning as you can get right now.
Mm-hmm.
CMC could get hurt tomorrow, loses half his value. Amon-Ra St. Brown gets hurt, maybe goes down by a second. Mm-hmm. You're getting a foundational young asset. I don't ever see it with Jordan Addison. If Justin Jefferson ain't going to eat in that offense, Jordan Addison's never going to eat. Like he'll be stuck at like a fringe 1,000-yard receiver, and everyone's going to say, "Oh, well, what if Jordan Addison left?"
I think this is the trade you make if you're going to make the playoffs and you're not a boss. You're like, I made it as the 5-6 seed and I don't think I'm going to win, but I'm still getting better with Amon-Ra here. Like Amon-Ra is worth more. And then I take that second and I buy Travis Etienne, and now all of a sudden I'm not that far off. You know what I mean? Or I buy, another running back who goes down to injury, or I fill in with a Kenny Gainwell, or I fill in with a, Emmanuel Wilson at this point. And you start to just try to piece it together. Because Amon-Ra next year is going to be worth considerably more than CMC.
Yeah. All right. Next super chat coming in from Mostly. Appreciate the super chat here. 12-team Superflex start 9, 6-point passing contending team here. T-Law in a 26 early third and 27 late third for Stroud and Jonathan Brooks. Haven't heard that name in a bit. Dad, what do we think here?
Which quarterback's helping you contend more? I just see a lot of. Like, because you're Lawrence and the thirds aren't really doing anything for you, and Stroud hasn't been good, and Brooks isn't doing anything for you right now. Like mostly, this is what I'm saying here is I know these guys have more value, but you trade down to get Matthew Stafford. You know, like I know it's bleeding a little bit of value, but Lawrence in particular, I think Lawrence is arguably the biggest bust in fantasy this year. Like he had all the writing on the wall to be good and just wasn't. So I'm trying to trade. Snoog, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would rather have Jacoby Brissett in the playoffs than either of these guys right now. I know that's insane, but like let's be honest. Jacoby Brissett now has 5 straight games of 2 touchdowns. He has 10 touchdowns total. He's been over 20 fantasy points every week. This is the kind of trade those thirds or Jonathan Brooks and get Jacoby Brissett rather than try to create something out of nothing here. I want Stroud here if we're talking about the trade though. You're on mute. The cookies muted him.
I hit the button. I'm taking Stroud over Tila all day, and I'm not thinking twice about it. Like the skill gap between the two of them isn't close. Tila sucks. Like he's trash.
Do you understand what I'm saying though? Is like 100%. Right now, I mean, Stroud's QB 24, 25, and I think Lawrence is QB like 22. Stroud's schedule is horrendous.
Missed 3 games too.
Buffalo, Indy. Well, yeah, but I'm saying in fantasy points per game. But I mean, Buffalo, Indy, KC, Arizona, Chargers. That's not a guy that I want to invest in right now. I keep telling everybody this, but like I know Jacoby Brissett feels like fool's gold, but he's not. Like whenever he's gotten opportunities, even with the Patriots, he's put up fantasy points. Like it's okay to have a guy like that to be on your team just to kind of be a stopgap. He's put up monster numbers every week.
All right, we got Mitchell coming through with the $50 super chat. We appreciate it, Mitchell.
Put him on the wheel twice.
Hell yeah. We got it. 8-team league, start 8, 1 quarterback. So a little different here from what we typically see. He's got a 6-5 team, and he traded 2 mid to late 26 firsts to upgrade one of his flexes from Spears to Judkins. Nice. And picked up Hunter as a stash. Brian Thomas Jr. and Marv are underperforming on his bench, and he's been starting Tet and Rome, Gibbs and Genty. Did he overpay? No one else was trading. So Snoog, 2 mid to late 26 firsts and a 1 quarterback start 8 league. Putting Judkins in your flex over Spears got to feel good.
Yeah, I would do that all day. He also said he has Henderson. He said, I forgot I have Hendo as well. So
nice.
You're set. You're set for life with that squad, dude. 4 elite RB1s, good wide receivers. You got Hunter and BTJ. Like, you're doing the right things here. 6-5. I think the play here, Dad, is go buy I don't know who your tight end is or your quarterbacks, but get some vets in there. Try to get an Adams. Try to get a Stephon Diggs. Try to get a Kittle. Try to upgrade for this year for the playoff stretch because you got these guys for the future.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Wait, did he get Judkins and Travis?
No, he got Judkins and Hunter. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So
it's an absolute smash there. I mean, we're gonna give you the cowbell. Mitchell, reach out because we can go dig in deeper on that one for your team. Kind of help you out with a couple of trade opportunities, guys that we've been talking about buying Devontae Adams, Rico Dowdle, guys like that you can just fill in but I mean now you're going to start to see Terry McLaurin's going to come back down the stretch and we're going to see some veterans really pop off. Stephon Diggs is a perfect one that Snoog brought up. I'm totally in on Stephon Diggs the rest of the way. I have him inside my top 24 wide receivers rest of the season. So let's get that going and back to our regularly scheduled program. I love the super chats. We're up to 14 of them already. You guys are fantastic when you guys come out and support and watch it. I know a lot of you guys, and I was joking around in the beginning, like I literally run home from work, get things out, got the dog out, and I'm like, we got to get the show. The show must go on. We got to figure out a way here. You know what I mean? You guys show up for this show every single week. We appreciate you, and we love you guys for it.
All right. I think we're on trade 5 here from Romagons, submitted through Discord. Got Drake May or T-Law, a 27 first, 28 first, and 27 second. Now, Snoog, you were just shitting on T-Law. Is 2 firsts enough to swing you from May? What do you think?
Missing another first there because that's a top 3 quarterback in the NFL right there in Drake May.
Snoog and I have both moved him inside. He's both of our Dynasty QB3s. He's worth over 3 firsts, and Lawrence is barely worth a first at this point. So this is not the kind of move you're going to try to make here. This is 100% Drake May.
All right, Dan, if you want to take this one over, looks like we got a
So I love this one. This is just when I started this podcast and it was just the Dynasty Dad podcast or even the Dynasty Refinery before that, just trying to find where we're at. And we started coming up with principles and ideals and processes. And the Smash Accept podcast is more about doing the process repeatedly rather than just randomly talking about player values and things like that. And a guy in the Discord says he was trying to make a trade and his buddy texted him this. He put, and you can see it's still in text jargon. He's like, you mastered the Smash Accept Fantasy YouTube strategy. Those guys are so good at packaging up trades. And kudos to both of you guys. Like, it's about that process. And a lot of people now are out there and they see how we think about it. And Snoog, this has been a journey that you've jumped in and come alongside. And it's just fun dominating through trades through these processes.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. I look forward to it, right? Especially like my favorite time of the year this is kind of stupid to say. I love the season, obviously, but rookie time is the best. I feel like that's when the most active league. That's like when the leagues thrive and get the most active. Like people kind of put it to the back burner after the Super Bowl. There's that little break, but once that rookie starts kicking around, Mel Kipert's on my TV at lunch. Like that's when the vibes start kicking. Like I can't wait to be talking Jeremiah Love all off season because it's going to be fun, right? Like we want to help build you build your teams through the rookie drafts. That's what I like to tell everybody.
Well,
like you want a good team, you build through the rookie draft.
And that's what's like a lot of podcasts, they have this guy and that guy. One guy's a color guy. The other guy does this. What Snoog and I blend together is Snoog's player evaluation and rookie talent level mixed with the processes that I have that are more strategic when it comes to how to make these trades. And Broc ties it all in together here with the show. And we appreciate those kind of things because that means we're doing something the right way. So a lot of you guys have noticed that. And again, we appreciate that.
We love the compliments, but man, for you, if you and your friend are both watching the show, it's going to be tough to make trades.
Dude, it's so hard. I'm in 21 of these leagues with you guys, and like you're like, Dad, you wouldn't make this trade. I'm like, come on, man. What the heck you mean? Like I am trying to make it right now.
Yeah. All right. Trade 6 coming from Davaray00 submitted through Discord. We got Bucky for Scattaboo and a late 26 first. Snoog, what do you think?
I want Scatty here.
Yes.
I think. Give me the free first. I know I can get a good asset. You can always get a good asset with a first. I don't care what first it is, what year, what class. You can always get a good asset with a first, Dad. So I'll take it.
Even if you're contending, I mean, Bucky, there's no timetable. I mean, you can't play him this week because he's supposed to maybe come back Sunday night. But like you take that first and you buy Rico Dowdle, who's going to outproduce Bucky, and now all of a sudden you have the player and you have the future. Like then you flip Rico in the offseason. Like this is a no-brainer. Like I don't see any I like Bucky, but this isn't the kind of price that you pay. Those firsts always carry much more value here. Dalton, he's got a couple in here.
All right, first one. Appreciate the super chat, Dalton. First one is he has May. Would you move him for the stack of Caleb and Rome, Dad?
Ooh, I have to take Caleb and Rome there. I mean, I don't want to trade May, but Herbert, oh, geez. I know Herbert and Rome have been up and down, or as Snoog says, a little wishy-washy. But like, and May's the truth, but this feels like you're getting home for a late first. So I think you have to do it unless you're an absolute all-in contender and Rome's your wide receiver 5. You know, like you have those situations sometimes, but I don't want to trade Drake May. That's the easy part of it. If I'm doing this, man, I would just try to get a second thrown in. I don't think you'll get it, but for me, I would do this trade. I would take Caleb and Rome, but that's tough.
Yeah, it is tough for sure. You never want to trade a guy like Drake May, just like last year. No one wanted to trade Jaden Daniels, right? When he was doing that good. Like, you don't like to do it, but sometimes it feels stupid to say, but sometimes it's the right thing to do. Like you capitalize on that moment.
It's almost always. I mean, we talk about it. Genty's value. You could have got Hendo in 2 firsts, and last year you could have got May in 2 firsts for Hendo. So now May is up there, but he could be the next Josh Allen, legitimately. Like he could be up there.
If you can get 3.5 to 4 firsts for any player, I don't think like there's a world where anyone can be worth more than 4 firsts.
No,
maybe they're all 112, but like 4 random firsts. Like if you can get 3.5 to 4 firsts for like a Jaden Daniels last year, a Drake May this year, I think you gotta sell. Like you just have to.
Yeah. Next super chat coming from Bradley Thrasher here. We appreciate you, Bradley. 12-team Superflex leagues doing a 1-year punt. He's got Burrow, Kyler Murray, Tracy, Scadaboo, Judkins, Monangai, and then Tucker, Franklin are his top receivers. So lacking there. He's got 426 firsts. 2 of them are 101 and 102. The others should be mid. Should he use these firsts in draft for wide receivers or trade firsts for a wide receiver foundational piece now, Dad? What do you think? Or are there other options? You don't have to maybe trade for one now or go through the draft. There's somebody, another buying window in the early offseason. Kind of break this one down.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, when you're rebuilding, you want to build around wide receivers. The core of this team is not that. Like we're looking at Jeremiah Love, the 101 and 102. Love and Tyson right now. I mean, hold on to those. Those are going to be, or one of the quarterbacks, because I think the quarterbacks are really going to increase in value as we see those guys get drafted early. What I would try to do here, since you are punting and you're in that area, is when Burrow comes back, try to trade Burrow for Caleb Plus. Try to trade Burrow for one of these big time guys that is going to get you into that position, because you could even trade Burrow straight up for Jaden Daniels in a lot of leagues. And then the other thing I'm trying to do is maybe trade Judkins in one of those late firsts and buy a right now Garrett Wilson plus, or you might be able to get Judkins straight up for Garrett Wilson or Drake London, and try to make these moves for these contenders. And try to move that, because you ultimately want this team to be built around young wide receivers like Snoog and I do. You look at the roster Snoog and I have, and you're going to see 4 or 5 foundational wide receivers, and we're going to do a show soon on foundational wide receivers. But those are guys that are elite draft capital wide receiver ones. They're guys that are under the age of 25. They're guys that are getting extreme target volume, because ultimately it's a game of volatility. It's a game of ups and downs and ebbs and flows. But if you build around young wide receivers, they are the safest thing there is, and the young quarterbacks. Then you fill in with the running backs. And I know Judkins and Scadabo are sexy, but they're not going to last 10 years like these wide receivers will.
Yep. I agree there. I love building around the elite young wide receivers. I also love building around elite young running backs. Like if I can go into 2026 with Jeremiah Love and Quinshawn Judkins and Cam Scadabo, I know I can start those 3, roll them out every single week, no problem. Their situations are only going to get Tyson. Better. Exactly. 102, you can get any of your whoever you like the best. I like Carnell better than Tyson right now, but it's pick your poison there with those guys. You got Mekhi Lemon in there as well, another one that a lot of people are all over. So you get Austin.
I know we're
options there.
We're 42 minutes into this. We're 18 super chats. Snoog and I are going to do something special here. We are going to do another trade show again tomorrow. Sean's volunteered to come on. You guys, honestly, I can't even tell you the number of DMs that I've gotten on Twitter and Discord and YouTube over the last 3 days. It's probably approaching 400. Like, you guys are just flooding it, and we want to get to as many as we can. But we are going to try to give you as much angles here as possible. So let's keep cranking with this show. I just want to make that announcement. Same time tomorrow, we're going to be here to try to help you guys out.
All right. Trade 7 here coming from Ike, submitted through the Discord. Got Bucky and a second for Breece and a first. Dad, what do you think?
Breece Hall all day long. You buy Breece Hall. And this is the same thing. I don't think people understand sometimes, and the amount of seconds that it takes to make up a first. It just doesn't happen. And in my mind, those firsts are infinitely more valuable, because you have that late first versus a pair of mid seconds. I don't care. That first is going to maintain the value. That's what you want. You're going to get some good value in there. You're going to be able to flip that more, because when you talk to trades, I mean, almost Snoog, I mean, the smash accept way is everybody's trying to do a 1-2 flop. They do it all the time. This is something they make fun of me for it. They're like, oh, the good old dad 1-2 flop. But look at this. Next year, if you tell me Breece Hall is worth more than Bucky, I wouldn't be shocked. But the first is definitely going to be worth more than the second. And Bucky is good, but Breece Hall's, in my opinion, more talented. Just needs a better system.
How many seconds would you want for like a top 3 first in a rookie draft? 10?
A top 3 first?
3 is crazy.
Yeah, like 8,
probably like
10
to 12, right?
But I
give me the whole second round.
Someone did that. Someone did that in one of my leagues like 2 or 3 years ago. He did. Yeah, he traded. It was I think the rookie class was 2022, so the Pickens Garrett Wilson class. He traded the 102, which I think was Garrett, for 10 seconds, just scattered out throughout the years. His team is
crazy.
insane. He got like A-Chain at 201 in the 2023. He got Penix, Bo Nix, Ricky Pearsall. Like he ended up turning the team into it was awful.
You got to
and
know
now it's actually
picks.
good because he
Yeah,
hit
like,
on so many of those picks.
I don't advocate doing that one, but here we go.
I know, but it opened my eyes a little bit. I was like, damn.
That's crazy. All right, trade 8 here coming from the Jets group chat pod. We got
Love
JSN or 2 27 ones and a 26 one. Dad, you put out a tweet, got him 3 firsts. Which side are you taking?
This is what we ask for. This is the kind of value that we're looking for is 3 firsts, and that's what I've said that he's worth. But I'm trying to actually pull this one up because this one's interesting to me. You know, like this is one where they would have to have. Okay, he says I'd be moving JSN, but the 26 and one of the 27 first would be my own getting them back, and likely both top 3. So there you go, and you say
top 3.
If
you better make those 101.
If you do this, the smash, and maybe the 26 he can't, but the 27, if you do this the right way and you join up with us and you kind of, Jeremiah Smith is going to be worth more than JSN in 2 years, no matter what. Like, and JSN's been phenomenal, but like then you add 2 more firsts from Jeremiah Smith to JSN. That's insulation that brings you championships for years to come. So that's a great trade.
Yeah. Trade 9 here.
Only because it's your first, though. Just want to preface that because you control your own destiny then because you can make that the 101. There's so many where right now you don't have your own first and you're like, well, I hope it's the 101, right? But when you control your own destiny, you got to do it.
Mm-hmm. This one coming from Ben Reese, submitted through Twitter. We got Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson and Quinshawn Judkins Snoog. What do you think?
That's a cowbell all day long.
Let's be honest, though. Jefferson is not putting up fantasy numbers that we want.
Him, man.
You know, like McCarthy has cooked him. But
Zach Willis 2.0.
I think it's even worse, dude. I think it's worse. All right, trade 10 coming from the Filipio, submitted through Discord. Got Daniels, Addison, and Trey or Sean Tucker. We'll say Sean. Or Jared Goff and CD Lamb, Dad. What do you think?
Okay, so I'm going to preface this first. I'm buying Sean Tucker in every rebuild I can because most people are going to try to sell him right now. But like Sean Tucker and Mac Jones are like earning themselves potential starting reps. Like Mac Jones is one. I think he's going to be a starter. Could you put him with the Vikings? Jefferson's back to normal.
Please,
you know, like that's the perfect move. But
yeah,
okay. But what I'm saying, this particular trade, if I'm all in, I think I'm okay with Goff and Lamb. But if I'm not, I love the Daniel side. Like Daniel's side is the value. But if I'm all in, sometimes this is the price to do business. You know what I mean? And I think CD Lamb and Jared Goff are league winners.
Yeah, I'm all in too. I agree.
Looks like you got some company there, Dad.
Vikings, though.
I do. I'm trying.
Can't bite your arm off,
dude. Hey, we'll be heading over to the ER when this is done.
Trade 11 here coming from Dalton B317, submitted through Discord. Got Travis Etienne or Tyrod and Mills, who suddenly found themselves both starting this week.
What year is this?
27 third, Dad.
Go ahead and say it, Dad. Package them up.
But this is possible. This is complete and utter turd sandwiches. Like these aren't even turd sandwiches. These are
waiver guys.
What about all the clowns out there? Like, oh, Davis Mills should be the Texans starter. All this. He put up 16 points on the freaking Titans.
Hey, 2 weeks ago he looked good, but this is the deal. Is like if you need to start Tyrod and Mills, you're done anyway. So don't even try to do it. But if you can get Etienne out of this, and I think you look at this is probably a team that just lost a quarterback. Rodgers was probably there too. Herbert's on bye, and they're like, I got to get something to get me through. Like they're grasping at straws. But this is Etienne easily.
I mean, if Superflex too, you could just start Etienne at one of them, and you're only struggling for one quarterback. Yeah. Maybe get, like you said, Brissett cheaper, just one of those guys for something cheaper.
I have bought
Etienne.
6 shares of Brissett for a pair of 4s or less. Like the most I paid for one of them was a third in 2028. He's putting up production. Just take him.
Trade 12 coming from Jay Bond from the Discord. He said, what do you need to add to McCaffrey to trade Jefferson or to get Justin Jefferson Snoog? One of them's putting up 25, 30 a game. One of them's struggling, but Dynasty value obviously leans one way, but hey, you're competing. What's that gap right now to just plug in McCaffrey in your lineup and just get the auto 25?
It's got to be 2 first still. I mean, that's one of the going to be Justin Jefferson might go down as one of the best wide receivers of all time on paper. He's still 25, 26. Like there's so much ahead of him. They could get Mac Jones next year and he could be back to an 1,800-yard receiver. And that's like something realistic. They could get Jameis Winston next year as a bridge QB, right? Like they could do that.
We're building this into fruition of Mac Jones. Like let's sign a petition. Let's get him.
That's what Darnold did. He was on the Niners and then went to the Vikings.
Hey, it makes sense. Watch it. It's going to happen. So get Mac Jones thrown in deals. But I mean, Snoog, if you offer me a mid-27 first and a ETN, Warren, some kind of running back that's worth a second, dude, I would. Oh man,
I feel like that's Jefferson. I feel like that's you're just putting yourself right into the fire. Because think in 2 years, then you're probably screwed and stuck with just.
And in 2 years, Justin Jefferson's 29, 28, 29. Like he's. I think he just turned 27, didn't he?
No,
or is he 26?
No.
He just turned 26. So he'll be 28. But I mean, like a mid first plus another player that I know is going to be in there. I don't like doing it. This is just a question of what you would ask there. The ideal scenario is a pair of 27 first, but I don't think you're going to get it. Like, I don't think anybody's going to give you that because Christian McCaffrey at this point is at a premium. It really depends on what your buy-in is. It really depends on what kind of value you place on going all in to win it. Because I've seen it where Christian McCaffrey goes down and now all of a sudden Brian Robinson's the RB1 for the playoffs, or heaven forbid.
Trade 13 here coming from Nate Dog 9 from the Discord. We got Bijan or Ibuka and a late 26 first dad. I hear something back there.
You see it,
Go ahead
Snoog?
and ring it.
I mean, it's still Bijan.
Go ahead.
I mean, mid 27 first. I think we're there where we need to be. But Ibuka is not. Snoog and I said we were big on him, Snoog especially in the offseason. We were buying him. At this point, though, like we've both said, his talent level is not the same as a Justin Jefferson. He's a very good wide receiver. He's someone that's going to be a top 12 dynasty wide receiver, but I don't think he's anyone that ever approaches the top 3 to 5. You know what I mean? Like Bijan on the other side is your dynasty RB2, and Snoog says this all the time. Only one of these guys is going to score 350 fantasy points for you, and that's Bijan Robinson. So if you're rebuilding, get it 26 first and a second. And I think we're a little bit closer and make it a 27. But I think that's the way to go in this one, Snoog.
Yep, I agree. Bijan Robinson, you know what he's going to get you. Even with, no Michael Penix, if they just lean on him, he's going to be the guy. Like
people were like down on him after 3 weeks. They're like, oh, he's a bust. And I'm like, he's the freaking RB5 on the season. Like, no, people were like, they're like, Dad's a moron. He still has him in his top 12 smash running backs. And you're like, it's Bijan Robinson. Like, what is the problem? Scotty
he's
C.
still unbelievable.
All right, Scotty C looks like he's
off having big weeks.
Looks like we got a triathlon or something in the profile picture. Appreciate the super chat here, Scott. Contending team, no tight end premium. Should he send a 27 first or Kittle in a second?
Snoog?
I'm taking the 27 first.
He's contending. He needs a contender. Give me Kittle in a second. You want the 27?
That's where I was leaning.
Yeah,
a late 27
because it's no tight end premium.
I know, but
that's gross.
Kittle's still. I understand that.
So
Kittle's
nasty.
still
Kittle's insane.
the guy that's going to win you a championship. Brock, talk him off the ledge.
I'll take Kittle. It's the chocolate chip cookies getting to me.
I
first glance, I was
I'm cookie high.
I mean, especially if there's some sort of chance where this is like a late and an early or mid second, and it's not like a late and a late or a mid and a mid.
If you have Warren and McBride or, even Kraft to come back next year and you want to make a trade there, but I'm not trying to give my opponent Kittle, who's a league winner. Like he's putting up crazy points for you. And now that Purdy's back, we saw what he did first week back with Purdy. With Purdy, back. That's the apple of his eye.
He's back. All right. Next super chat coming in from Bus Nasty. Appreciate the super chat. 10-team super flex contender. Quarterbacks are Caleb, Dart, and McCarthy. Running backs, Hall, Henderson, Judkins, ETN. And at receiver, he's got JSN, at Neighbors, Ibuka, Wilson, Hunter, and Adams. This is a great team. And Kittle and Mason Taylor at tight end. Should he trade Garrett Wilson and a mid to late 27 first for Rashee?
Hell no.
Snoog?
No, you need to go get a Stephon Diggs or a Cortland Sutton for a second to plug in to fill in for Garrett and Neighbors right now, and then ride it with JSN, Jefferson, Abuka, and one of those guys.
And
I mean, you
Adams.
already have Adams. Yeah, no, then definitely don't do it. No, not
Yeah,
even
because you
close.
can play all those.
These are the
running
type
backs,
of
too.
trades. These are the type of trades that ruin your fantasy team right here.
Because
This exact move.
I mean, you stuck it out with Neighbors, and you might as well stick it out with Wilson there. But your running backs are right on, your quarterbacks are right on. Then you're starting JSN, Jefferson, Egbuka, Adams. That's right on. Like I feel like I understand what you're trying to do, but then at the end of the day, when we get to 2026, and now all of a sudden Wilson and Rice have the exact same value, you just gave away a first for free. Take that mid to late first,
Nailed it.
hold on to it, and at the very end, buy what you need if you still need it. Like a mid to late 27 first can get you, and Snoog and I have made trades with this. It can get you T. Higgins. It can get you Devonta Smith. It can get you another wide receiver that now you have two assets. You have Garrett Wilson. Would you trade Garrett Wilson and T. Higgins for Rashee Rice? I sure wouldn't.
Hell no.
So like if you change it that way, a mid 27 first though can buy you 90% of wide receivers. There's only a handful of guys outside the top 14. That's it. Anything after wide receiver 14, you can buy for that first. So I think I got a hold there.
All right, we'll hit a couple quick hitters here. Trade 14.
Give me 1 second.
All right, this one coming from Isaac Truge 4. We got Rice, Hendo in a second, or Neighbors and Hampton. Snoog, what do you think?
Smashing the Neighbors and Hampton side all day long.
100%.
There. What a play. And that's a great play.
That's a rebuild dream. That's the rebuilder's dream. And then what you do is as soon as Hampton's back, you flip him for Drake London plus. You just keep going in that direction. But Henderson's had some great weeks, but Rice is nowhere close to where Malik Neighbors is, even if you're contending.
Yep.
All right. Trade 15, Shooty 317. Got Tet or London, Dad. Straight up. Who you like?
Tet is London. So he is Drake London, but 2 years younger. We comped him to Mike Evans and Drake London. He plays just like him. He's in that same quarterback purgatory hell. You're just getting him 2 or 3 years younger.
I'm low-key taking Bryce over Penix.
But I mean, think about this. Right now, I have London as my wide receiver 10, and I've moved Tet as my wide receiver 11 in Dynasty. So give me the guy that's 2 years younger and he's playing. Whether you're contending or rebuilding, the answer should be Tet at this point.
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
No, I agree.
It's close.
It's close. They're like the same thing.
Pick your poison. Yeah. Trade 16 coming from War Room Capital, submitted through Discord. He said he's moving off of London. What should he need to do to add for Amon-Ra? So he's looking to add a plus on top of London for Amon-Ra. Snoog, what do you think that plus should be?
I would want to make it a second, but the market probably says a 1-2 flop, especially with the injury. But to me, I want it to be a second or a pair of seconds or a second and a guy like, I don't know, a Bayshal Tootin, someone like worth a second, something like that.
I told him my typical generic answer that I love is give me Devontae Adams in a mid 27 first. Like I want to explore those options. Give me no, you don't have to move London. You can buy Diggs, you can buy some of these guys on the cheap. But I do think the gap here, unfortunately, because of the injury, I had them in the same tier, both of them in tier 2, which I have is worth 2 firsts. But I think Snoog's right. It's a 1-2 flop, or somebody might literally need a late first. It's like that Rashee Rice trade that was just there. Like it's not really worth it, but I would feel fine tearing down to T. Higgins plus. I would feel fine tearing down to Devonta Smith plus. But insulating so you still have that player and the pick.
Yeah. All right. Trade 17 coming from Lamar T. Coming from Discord. Got McBride or a Loveland and a pair of ones. One this year, one next year. Snoog, what do you think?
Give me Loveland. He looks like a stud out there. I think they're going to, more and more find a place for him in this offense where he's going to be a consistent, top 5 to 6 starter. McBride's a better player, no doubt about it, but 2 first attach.
Yeah.
I'm real confident that I can, win that trade 10 times out of 10 with 2 first attached to it.
No, this is a rebuilding, so I'm 100% on there. Trey McBride, how many wide receivers would you, in tight end premium, let's call it 0.75, how many wide receivers are more valuable than Trey McBride these days?
Probably like
5 or 6.
5.
So he's an early round 2 startup pick in the right type of tight end premium. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Chase is still more valuable. Neighbors
Chase,
is more
Jefferson,
valuable.
JSN. I still
JSN.
take
It's that-
Lamb.
Amon-Ra?
Neighbors,
Because-
yeah.
It's about 5 wide receivers. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's really close. Honestly, this is
Puka.
about the right value. But if you're rebuilding, you
Puka.
build out.
Yeah, I'd take
Loveland's going to
Puka.
be there. Yeah, there's about 5 or 6 wide receivers.
Yeah.
There's only 2 running backs. You know what I mean? There's only a handful of quarterbacks. Trey McBride is that valuable that if you're all in, he is literally the best piece you can buy. And without Kyler Murray, he is honestly unbelievable.
Lights out.
All right. Trade 18 coming from Juan Garcia. Got Lamb.
It's over on
or-
YouTube.
Oh, from YouTube. Let's go. We got a YouTube one pulling in. CD or Tyra McMillan and a late 26 seconds. Snoog, what do you think?
Needs to be a mid 27 for me to do it, and I'd be all in.
Agreed. Even if you're rebuilding, but yeah, this is a good price for Lamb if you're going all in. But I mean, you don't necessarily have to. Again, this is the kind of thing where if you're on the T-Mac side, you roll with T-Mac and use that first to buy Adams and then take 2 guys or kind of do it that way. But guys, we have 1 more trade or 2 more trades. This one here, I'm going to take over the host chair. We got a trade sent in here from Broc the GOAT. That's our host for tonight. Let's take a look at this one here. Jaden Daniels, Amon-Ra, and a third, or Josh Allen. And is that Chase Brown or AJ Brown?
AJ Brown sitting in my inbox. This is in a Smash Accept Trade Wins League, a satellite league. I'll probably be doing a couple more next year. So a couple of you guys that can't get into the main numbered Smash leagues that everyone's chasing, you can still have some fun with some other people in the community. But yeah, I'm retooling, and I just made a trade moving CD and Baker to get Garrett Wilson, Brian Thomas in a first. Really like that one. Allen, after this big performance, though, I feel like I can get a little bit more. But AJ Brown's been tough to move. So I really like the idea of getting Daniels, getting Amon-Ra, and kind of moving into next year. It's tough. I feel like the third should at least be a second, or maybe try and squeeze a 1-2 swap. It's like, oh, Allen just put up 50. You know what I mean? Try and get a little bit more. But he's got no first and second the next 2 years. So I might just stay put and hold on to Allen. But it's intriguing. It made me think, and that's rare for a trade with where you're sending Josh Allen these days.
If his end goal is going to be flip all these assets into picks, I don't mind it because I know I can get Daniels, keep him, and then I can turn Amon-Ra into close to 3 firsts. Amon-Ra in a second for 3 firsts, or Amon-Ra for 2 firsts plus. Like, you'll be able to get that. So it's not bad. I don't hate it. But, God, it's hard to trade Josh Allen.
For me, it's Daniels and Amon-Ra. I mean, AJ Brown's just bleeding value right now.
He's been tough to move.
Josh Allen's unbelievable. You know what I mean? But we have actually, I'm glad we have this because trade number 20 from Ice Cold Yeet is actually, and I'm going to pose this to you to help your thought process here, Brock, is would you trade Josh Allen in a third for Daniels in a first?
No.
I feel like Daniels, he's probably still worth 2.5, 3 if he's healthy. Plus another one gets you to right where Allen would be. But just the idea of moving Allen where you're not winning at another position rather than just the pick, that doesn't intrigue me. It was the Amon-Ra and AJ Brown swap on top of the Allen Daniels swap that really got me.
I think AJ Brown difference in value between Amon-Ra is
a first,
at least 1.5 first. It's a mid first. You know what I mean? So I would take your deal if you're not contending, but I love it. Let's get this wheel going. I'm gonna pull up some of these. Holy smokes, says I'm a lot for Brock.
Cousin Snoog and Uncle Dad.
That's awesome. And this is what I love is if you guys have ever wanted to be part of a community of people that are talking shop, that are, talking about that Snoog's hat game is elite, or making fun of my hair so you can kind of get different hairstyles. But it's not just about fantasy. It's more than that. It's guys that are learning the process. It's guys like Jack that put FTL OTG for the love of the game. It's guys that are jumping in. It's guys like Boat Commish who, he has his own section there. He said, putting the kids to bed so I can't listen. Wanted to hop on and support. I'll keep saying Smash Accept is the best place for all content. He has his own section in there. Honestly, where he goes over how to be a commissioner. He gives, things from league safes to settings to everything that you guys need that might come up. He actually has his own, his own code, which is BOAT, BOAT 50. That'll also get you 50% off. But honestly, guys, it's a community where we're here to help you guys get better at fantasy, get better at life, and literally just dominate your opponents for years to come. You know, there's so many guys that are in there. They're reaching in saying, Dad, last year I didn't make the playoffs in any of my 4 leagues. This year, all 4 of them are in the playoffs, and I'm excited to win some money. You know what I mean? And while they're doing it, they're having fun. That's what I love to hear is guys that are coming there. Twitter was down this morning. Twitter was down for about 4 hours.
Down. Yeah.
Guess what? Discord was not. Guys were in there hopping on, talking trades, asking me questions, you know, and it's like, you can't do it there. You know, like these things are going to happen.
Yeah.
So let's
now
give
real
away
quick.
some,
we got a buzzer beater. It always happens. Got one more super chat sliding through before the wheel.
We got
From
one.
Nephew EJ. Appreciate the
Oh,
super chat.
nephew
here,
EJ.
1.5 tight end premium. Bowers or Brees and Ferguson.
Bowers to the moon.
Ended on a cowbell.
Bowers.
Ended on a cowbell.
Ended on a cowbell.
I mean, I saw a thing today, and Bryce DeGroat put it out there, and I love it. It was like, I think Ferguson's the tight end 2, and he's literally closer to like Kyle Pitts, the tight end 18, than he is to like, or whatever it is.
The tight end 1. Yeah.
To the tight end 1, which is like, McBride's just that much better than everybody else. And then Bowers belongs in that same area once Geno the turd sandwich is gone.
Absolutely.
So we're going to give away 4. Here. Let's make them all VIPs. If you guys' names are listed, you guys can upgrade. You can, if you're already in there, you can upgrade or gift it to someone. We are in the holidays. Who doesn't want some smashing during the holidays? And then if you guys are new, you know, reach out on Twitter. I'm Dynasty Dad FF. He's at FF Snoog. Or send us a message on YouTube. Mostly, I believe, is new. So welcome.
Yep, mostly.
Love that.
Welcome in there. Make sure you DM us. Hope welcome you with open arms.
I think when you spin the wheel, it's just that cheering at the end. Bus Nasty, or is it Nephew?
Bus
Nasty, I believe. 2 more. The new guy at the end always gets it. You know what I mean? They just throw it in there.
Just incredible.
He's in, I believe, he's in Smash Accept Global. I believe he's one of our guys there. So we have that there set up for you. And Corey Ackerman, who's already in there as well. So guys, Snoog, let's throw a 5th one in there. Just do it.
I'm down.
For the love of the game, we like to give back.
We'll give it a couple shuffles. Ready?
Couple shuffles.
I've stopped the bleeding in my arm. Let's keep this thing going. You know, let's
think it's straight.
Yeah, we're good.
Austin Thomas.
Dude,
on the last second roll.
There we go. All right, guys, this has been an awesome show. Every single one of these trade shows, honestly, are the highlight of my week. Sometimes I know a lot of you guys, you know, you work stressful jobs. You do a lot of things that are, you know, you're good fathers. You're people that are out there, you know, dealing with kids. You're doing things during the week. The amount of messages that I get in my DMs that say that this is a bright spot in their week. This is something that they really look forward to. Snoog and I are going to do another one again tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune into that. We will definitely put the link in on YouTube, and it might not be 9:30. Pay close attention to see what time that works. But guys, it's been a great show. We appreciate you guys tuning in, and thanks again for tuning in, and enjoy the process. Let's do it.
Yeah, you lost too much blood.
Yeah, no, I'm done.